My stories are all out of date. Nothing exciting happens to me anymore. So begins the beautiful best-selling novel Water for Elephants. But if the life of Jacob Joukowsky has taught us anything, it's that no matter how old you are, life isn't quite done with you yet. Hi, I'm Jake Hamilton here in Santa Monica, California with the real star of Water for Elephants. This is Ty. She plays Rosie the elephant in the film. But I'm going to talk with a few of her co-stars about the illusion of magic and why in the end, life is the most spectacular show on earth. Get ready, this is Jake's Takes.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the most spectacular show on earth.
Excuse me, sir, can we help you? You know circuses?
1931. It was the Benzini brothers.
That's the most famous circus disaster of all time. Are you telling me that you were there for...
Right in the middle of it.
So much of this movie is about reflection, and I love how Holbrook's seen it. He's just, he's incredible. And when you get to be 89, 100 years old, and you're looking back at everything that you've done, what do you want to be able to say about your life?
I mean, like, it's the thing, I'm quite content with things now. So, like, it's, yeah, I mean, I guess...
Well, you've had a pretty good life so far. I would think there's not many things to complain about right now.
I mean, I have a feeling I'll be constantly complaining about, like, physical things when I'm 89. I complain about so much now, I'd be like, I just want to die.
And you're still going to have the crowd of girls outside your hotel room, outside the hospital?
I'd very much doubt it.
I don't know if I picked that circus. But something told me that circus picked me.
Last time you and I were talking, we had a really interesting conversation. We touched on something I wanted to follow up, and we were saying that you always justify the actions of your characters. Therefore, in your eyes, you've never played a villain, never played evil, which I just find fascinating. What did you do to justify the actions for August?
Well, you said it before. Consider the background, consider the time, consider the hardship, consider the job that needs to be done. I mean, from the character's point of view, consider the responsibility, consider the passion for the project. Meaning, again, from the character's point of view, the passion for running a circus and playing in a circus and providing this magic for the population. All of that. So, why do presidents get gray hair within a year or two? Not because they think it's so cool to have gray hair, but it's because it weighs down on them, the responsibility and making decisions that are life-saving or fatal for others. So if you assume that perspective for a while, and then what's going on around it, so if you make that the center of your attention, and everything else that moves around it on the periphery sort of becomes a different importance.
So do you feel that you're working at a disadvantage whenever you take a role? Like, do you have to, because I assume when a crew comes on, or when someone just walks up, they just assume, oh, it's Christoph, and it's this villainous role. Like, do you feel like, okay, like it's not, and here's why. Let me tell you why.
Well, in a way, maybe, but again, I don't make a big deal out of it because that's just what I do. It's what I'm interested in, and I'm in this immensely privileged situation to actually follow this interest, to be able to pursue it.
Absolutely.
And then make it happen with the help of a few friends.
The world's run on tricks. Everyone plays.
But you told me something interesting last time, whenever we talked for Remember Me. You said that you like to pick movies that kind of represent what you're going through in life, or what's going on. How does this movie, represent kind of what's up with you right now?
I mean, maybe it's just because there's such a sort of physicality to the part, and it's something about doing a lot of manual labor. That I think maybe that's kind of what I'm wanting now, like just to kind of like it's. I mean, to me, it feels in a lot of ways like escapism. I mean, just shoveling manure all day.
You like to getting the dirt under the fingernails and getting the blisters?
I mean,
You like that?
there's something about like just being covered in dirt and just sweating all day, and it's kind of a relief when it doesn't matter. Like, I guess that's maybe one of the
Feeling like
reasons.
a man.
Yeah, I want to feel like a man. I've been feeling like such a pussy for too long.
You're a beautiful woman. Deserve a beautiful life.
I think also I love that, you know, she talks about kind of her greatest fear is that in the show she's the star and she's afraid that if she kind of walks away from all of that, that she doesn't know if she'd be able to survive in the real world. If you picked up today and decided, okay, I'm done, I'm gonna walk away, do you think you'd be okay out there?
Not really. I don't know what I'd do for a living. I don't have any other skills, so I don't know. I wouldn't know what to do with myself. Probably. This is all I know how to do.
You'd be just. You could sing. I mean, there's all kind of.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not a very good singer, but maybe I could have a circus act. I could have an elephant act for sure.
We'll bring Ty in.
Yeah, I mean, I really could at this point. I worked so many months on it. I could definitely do that, and it was definitely fun.
The last time you and I talked, I'm sure that this has been in your memory every day since. I was wearing a purple sweater.
Yes.
And you said that yeah, let that click in.
I don't remember.
And you said that if I continue to wear the purple sweater, that you and I would have a chance of getting married.
I did?
So,
I'm sorry.
What happened?
I got married. I'm sorry. But I have lots of cute single girlfriends.
Do you really?
Yes. Yes, Southern girls.
Jake Hamilton from Houston.
I will do
I'm
it.
a Southern gentleman. I pull out the chairs.
I like
I open the doors.
I like Houston. Those are my kinds of guys.
So, Robert, I read the book a few years ago before they started casting the movie, and then whenever I found out that you were cast, there was a quote that kind of stood out, and it's August talking to Jacob, and he says, you know, this whole thing is an illusion. It's what people want. It's what people expect. When you think about what people think that they know about you and what you read about yourself, how much do you think that image of you out there is an illusion, and how much of it is actual truth?
It's strange. I think the more interviews you do, and the more you kind of reveal yourself. Like at the beginning, it's wildly fluctuates from what you are, and then it kind of spins around all over the place. But I think after a while, it does kind of, it kind of evens itself out, and it becomes quite similar. I mean, it's so much nicer when you can say, oh yeah, what people think they know, yeah, I'm totally different to that. But like, most of the time, it's like, yeah, I'm pretty similar to what it is now.
Do you like that, though? Do you like people getting to know you better, or do you like kind of having that, you know, being able to separate us a little bit? I
mean, I would love to have a little bit of separation, because otherwise people wouldn't see the point in going to see a movie. Right. Or maybe it's the other way around. I mean, maybe they, if the more they know you, then maybe they go and see what you're doing. I mean, I go and see my friends' stuff when they do it. But I don't know. I don't know which way is better.
A star, George. Out there, I got nothing.
You know, one of the things I genuinely like about August is that he's old school in the sense that whether you're a human or an animal, you are going to work until you physically cannot work anymore. I think he says, you know, we work until we can't, you know.
As long as we can walk, we play.
Absolutely. For you, what is the hardest thing you've had to endure while working?
In 30-some years of doing this, I missed half a day because for some odd reason, I had an attack of migraine. And of course, it was resistance to go there because I didn't like the job. But at that time, I didn't know that. Mm-hmm. I've never, before and never after, had a headache like that. I thought something was really profoundly wrong in my brain.
So I heard, you know, I'm a Houston boy, born and raised. I heard that your favorite city in the States is Houston.
I loved it there, yeah.
What did you do whenever you came in?
I just went to a couple of bars and things. I went to this amazing place downtown. It's like an artist's, this whole building, and there's a little bar downstairs, and he has art spaces the whole way up. And there's just some really cool places. It's really, it's like surprisingly sort of bohemian there.
Mm. Now, I've got to ask, why didn't you call me when you were in town?
I was only there for one day.
Were you purposely avoiding me?
Yes.
Because you knew we'd have too good of a time together?
No, I would have called if I knew I didn't know you from Houston.
All right. Well, next time you're in, give me a call. We'll hang out. I'll bring you to some places.
Cool.
That's a guarantee. Rob Pattinson and I. We're gonna be hanging out.